Well, hello, and at last, it's time to refit the Carbys.
You watching 購読のライダー YouTube チャンネル watching
So if you remember, this part here was broken off and I've had it all welded up and I've put the new O-ring in there. Now the O-ring wouldn't sit in there by itself, so I've just put a little bit of grease. If you want to hold your O-rings in, a little bit of grease won't hurt anything, okay? The metal is not what's sealing it off, it's the O-ring. And a little bit of grease on there will hold it in place while you bolt it all down. Okay, maybe we've got to loosen this off, lift it up, slide it on and bolt them down together.
Road in the dark of night with the stars aglow, heaven's above.
There we go.
Got me below as I head to you like the river flows, walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream and I've been chasing all the...
So the tension in our V-boost bolts is 10 Newton meters or 7.2 foot-pounds. We do the tension here at 10 Newton meters. There we are. All that's left now is to do up our rubbers. So here's one of our old boots that go in between the carburetor and the manifold. You can see, look, they're all cracked. Oh, they're terrible and they're hard and they suck in the air. So we've got new ones. Look how beautiful they are. Wow. Just great. And we've got these clamps that go on. Now you'll see in the clamp, see the little bump there? That's held into place over here, so you can't get it wrong. Just slide them over. There's one. See the bump? Screws on both sides. And that's it, we're ready to slide on. Okay, so you'll see our three marks here. You'll see our mark here and here. Our screws go on the outside. See if we can slide them on. Ah, easy. Those rubbers are down nice. I'll just do the bottom one up. Okay, now we've just got to do the same on all four. Okay, before I put it back together, I just wanted to show you, this is my V-boost setup down here. The V-boost cable comes down here. The electrical V-boost is sitting just up here. And that's where all the magic happens. Okay, we're ready to slide them in. So we're just going to put a little bit of WD-40 around here. They're actually sliding in okay. This will just make it a little bit easier. Slide them in. Okay, it's just in place there. See if I can, oh, this side's pushed straight down. And there she goes, as easy as that. It's all sitting down in place. Let's do up our screws.
Oh, I got lost on the way to you in an orange sky by the ocean blue. Every mile lost, my soul renewed, taken by the sunrise and the golden view. Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the...
Okay, so our carby is all in place, and what we've got to do now is connect these two cables up. This is coming from our throttle up the top, our two cables, and this is coming from our carburetor. Now, how these cables work, when you accelerate, it pulls this cable. So you can see this one going down. The spring in the carby pulls it back. So this one goes to the left-hand outside cable, and this one goes to the inner cable. Then we've got the two cables coming down. They come under your headlight, above your clutch hydraulic fluid cable, under the lock, and then connect up here. So it's easy to work out which cable goes where. You can see now when I accelerate down, this cable is pulling. See that? I'm accelerating down, this one goes out. So this is your top cable, and this is your bottom cable. Now, how it's all joined up is this box. So first, we know that the top is the outside one, which is this cable here. Put that in here. Bottom cable in here. Put on this little locking cap to hold it in place. There we go. Those cables can't come out, and we'll put a screw in there. Should have these very small screws. Okay, so those cables are locked in. Now, on here and here, we have to join these cables together when they come in. And you have these plastic joiners here. Now, once on my bike, it got hard and it split, and I lost acceleration when I was riding along. So I haven't ordered new plugs, but if you really want to, do a fantastic job, order 2 new plugs and put it in while you got it pulled apart. So let's see if we can get these in now. So they just slide in. There's one. There's 2. So you can see they just slide in there. Now we know this top cable here is pulling when I accelerate, so that goes on the top. Put it in the hole and down. There we go. This one does the bottom. There we go. All into place. Can you see that now? They're all into place. Let's see if I can turn it now and you'll see. There we go. So the top one is pulling and it's opening my carburetors, and the bottom one then is pulling it back. So I'm going to put a little bit of silicone spray in here just to help them slide, and then we'll put our cover on. Oh, that's better. So much smoother. Just that little bit of silicone spray makes a huge difference. So then our cap goes on. You can see that this part goes up the top. And there. screw. There we go. Just check. That's working beautiful. So that just sits in there like that. That cable goes under like that, and that's all. It just sits in there underneath our cover. So I can put that all back together now.
In an orange sky by the ocean blue, every mile lost, my soul renewed, taken by the sunrise and the golden view, walking slowly in the mountains underneath.
Okay, so there's only one thing to go and we could start it, and that is to connect up our fuel line to here. But before I do that, I want to flush the tank out a little bit. So I've already had the tank out and cleaned it, but now I just want to put a bit of kerosene in there, run it through the filter and pump it out through the pump, and just get the last remaining rubbish out of the tank if possible. And after that, we're going to change the filter, put a new filter on it, fill it up with gasoline, and we're going to try and start it. Okay, there we go. That's a couple of litres. I'll see if I can shake the bike a little bit, mix that up in the tank. Okay, let's see what comes out of the system. Oh. Oh, it's getting cleaner now. It's actually coming out nice and clean now, but that first lot was terrible. Okay, I'm going to get a new container so we can see how clean it's coming out now. Okay, let's have a look. So here's some gasoline that I've been pumping out. I've still got to pump out some more. This is the first lot that came out that was still dirty in the system. Look, you can still see a little bit of rust. We cleaned the tank, but there was still a little bit of residue left over, sitting there. Now it's been pumping for a little while. It's clean. There's nothing there. Look at that. The tank is beautiful and clean now. So I'm going to empty the tank now of all the kerosene, connect up that fuel line, and then we'll put some gasoline in the bike and try and fire it up. Okay, so I've drained all the tank now of the kerosene, and I've put about a litre of gasoline in there. So now let's turn on the ignition and let the fuel pump through the system, and we'll see if we've got a leak. Okay, so you heard the fuel pump stop. Now I'll just turn it on. I'll let you hear a noise for a sec. Can you hear that? That noise is the V-boost. So now our bowls are all full of gasoline. I can't see any leak. So this is it, our first start. It should fire up. If it doesn't fire up, it's something that I've done wrong. So let's go. Ignition's on. Whoa. Oh.
Oh, I got lost on the way to you in an orange sky by the ocean blue. Every mile lost, my soul renewed, taken by the sunrise and the golden view. Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream, and I've been chasing all the feelings I need. It's in these moments with words unspoken, my eyes wide open, life tastes so sweet. It's in these moments where all I know is coming into focus, and now I see. It's in these moments. It's in these moments. Oh, I know that you've been waiting. It's in these moments. Oh,
Thank you.
Not yet.
Thank you.
Not yet. Thank you.
I